What's up, Internet? Corey Zamey here, back. Finally, with another eBay adventure in video game hunting.
E to the U to the E, man. Where the hood, where the hood at? Had a nigga in the truck where the wood at. All the niggas acting up where the wolves at.
I had something planned for this episode, but I feel like I waited too long and the prices have kind of gone up. Metal Jesus Rocks had recently, by recently I mean about like a month and a half ago at this point, put out a Sega Game Gear Hidden Gems video. And at the time when I'd watched the video, the prices were pretty low. I thought I could get pretty much everything on my list, which was most of the games on his list, for under $40 total. Now, when I checked today, which is January 12th, the lowest price on any of them is like $8. And a lot of the ones that still supposedly are supposed to be like $5 to $6 are all the way up to like $12 to $15. So I have a feeling that video tipped a few people off and eBay readjusted because those games started selling. I don't know. So we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. I actually have a list, which we're going to switch to in a second, of all the games that I most want for each system. So we're going to try and snag maybe one, maybe two, maybe more. Let's go. Alright guys, let's take a look at what I'm looking to possibly get in this eBay adventure today. This is a list I keep of my most wanted games based on each system I collect for. So for the NES, most wanted I have right now Gargoyles Quest 2, Super Nintendo Lufia 2, Rise of the Sinistrals, Game Boy Gargoyles Quest. Actually, this is old. I already have Gargoyles Quest for the Game Boy, so we can cross that one off. We'll also have to come up with one to replace it. DS, World Ends With You, 3DS, Shin Megami Tensei 4, which is pretty easy to get. It's like $14, I think, at GameStop. Xenoblade Chronicles for the Wii, Bayonetta 2 for the Wii U, which I just heard was getting a re-release. But if it doesn't have Bayonetta 1 with it, do I even want it? I don't know. On to PlayStation, looking at Azure Dreams. Been looking for that game for a while. PlayStation 2, Atelier Iris 2. PlayStation 3, Skyrim Legendary Edition, which this one's questionable just because I feel like Skyrim's in that place where they could theoretically announce a remaster. And of all the remasters they could announce, that's the one I'd want the most for the PlayStation 4. Speaking of PlayStation 4, we have Trials Fusion, which just looks like a fun game to play. But I haven't picked it up because it's still like $26 used at GameStop, which seems like too much for a game that's been out for so long. For PlayStation Portable, we have Persona 3 Portable, which I would love to pick up. For PS Vita, we have Tales of Hearts R. On to Sega, we have Sega Genesis, Phantasy Star 2. Sega Game Gear Shining Force. And there's some kind of other title with it. I forget what it's called. Sega CD, Shining Force CD, that one's most likely out of the question price-wise, as is Albert Odyssey for the Saturn and Cannon Spike for the Sega Dreamcast. So let's focus on this area up here. So let's take a cursory glance at what eBay is looking like right now. So Gargoyles Quest 2. Like, what are we looking at? And I'm not looking to spend a ton of money, obviously. Yeah, I didn't mean this. eBay really doesn't like it when you put apostrophes for possession. Even though, like, it's in the title of the game. They just don't like it when you're searching. I think that's weird. Ugh. Has this game gone up recently? Because one of my friends was offering it to me for like $75. Not that that's something I'd actually spend on it right now, but yeah, that one is officially off the list. And I'm pretty sure Lufia 2 is going to be off the list because that's always been pretty expensive. Yeah, 150, completing the box. Damn near 100. Ooh. Torn label, I'm not going to settle for that. Not going to settle. The box isn't in too bad condition. If I had the game cartridge, I'd consider it, but... Yeah, Lufia 2's off the table. Gonna have to rethink what I'm looking for on Game Boy. I think there's Kid Dracula. That might be the game I'm looking for. I've heard about Kid Dracula. I'm also never sure if eBay wants me to write Game Boy 2 words or Game Boy 1 word. Giggity goddamn! 80 bucks? Alright, we'll add that to this list, but I'll be damned if I'm getting that anytime soon. World Ends With You. I really don't know. If this is something that's expensive or not. Alright, 30, 24, 55 free shipping, 24. Let's sort by lowest first. So 24, 55 are best offer. Let's take a look at this. Game is complete. All items are in very good condition. For images and listing for details. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. So I am going to really quick check price charting. And see if price... What the... We don't use the anymore. It's just World Ends With You. It's not the world. Fucking. Now, price charting is saying $17.98. Let's see if eBay would like to tell me if that's true or not. Sold listings. So it's basing it off this. Yeah. So unless this game is recently spiking for some reason, I really shouldn't pay $25 for it. So what we're going to do is, since this guy is open to offers, going to hit him with a 15 piece. Hit him with that 15 piece real quick. Nope, auto declined. Let's hit him with that 16 piece real quick. Automatically declined. Now, honestly, I'm not going to buy it for $25, so if I hit him with a 17 and it's automatically declined, I'm okay with that. I'll just pass. Alright. Good luck keeping that game. What's next on our list here? Because I don't think anybody else had... Alright, Shin Megami Tensei 4 complete. I do want to get this in the collector's edition. So, let's actually do... Alright, so $37.99 are best offer. This is brand new sealed. This one's just complete. Alright. So that's not bad. $9 shipping. That's a little bit painful. Let's take a look at these pictures. Make sure it's not roughed up despite being sealed. This just looks beautiful. I've heard good things about this game. I haven't quite started playing Bravely Default, which I actually should mention. I meant to mention it earlier in the video, but I did end up picking up Bravely Default cart only at GameStop at some point. And on eBay, while I was in that very GameStop, I picked up the case and manual for about $5.50 shipped. So at the beginning of the pickups, I'm actually going to show you that all complete with the collector's edition, because I got that from my friend Ted. This one was brand new, $37.99 with about $9 shipping, but it's open to offers. And this one down here, the only other one I see that's in that price range, I'm taking a look at, and unfortunately, it's not open to offers. It's $35, and the shipping is $2.50 more expensive. So I am convinced we can get this brand new for a better price than we can get it used currently. Also, when I looked at the pictures on this, I wasn't impressed with the quality. Like, look at this. Look at this. Oof. Look at it here. Ooh. Like, I wouldn't be proud of that. I would not be proud of that. So, we're going to try and get this brand new. And you know how we like to do. Hit them with that super low ball. So I would really like to get out of this eBay adventure and video game hunting with not spending that much more than $40. Now I've already spent $5.50 on that case. So figure 35 is what I'm working with. Let's offer 20 and see if they have any presets in place. Alright, they don't. They don't. And now, you might say, why are you lowballing them? You're going to insult them. They're going to just deny it. Now, I'm pretty sure in like the last episode of eBay Adventure, we actually super lowballed on some TurboGrafx games, and it paid off. So, we're going to run with it. Now, let's see. We have to move on. I'm realistically not going to be getting Xenoblade Chronicles. Or Bayonetta 2, because Bayonetta 2 is pretty hot right now. So let's move on to the PlayStation games. I constantly check for Azure Dreams. Constantly. Pretty sure I've looked for it on this very show before. And now is not the time to get it, because it looks like it's gone up. I'm pretty sure I've not bought it at $40 shipped before. So, we're going to be passing. Atelier Iris 2. This one's probably going to be more in our price range. Oh, I want to put the 2 in the right spot. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I'm just typing words and letters and numbers. What are we looking at? Replacement case. Let's eliminate some of this by typing complete, hopefully. Alright, so we got this one here, $18.99 with no pictures. Let's check out what price charting is saying. So it says about $18. What else do they have here? So this is the lowest one because of the free shipping. Now, most of these games, and by most, 4 out of the 5 Sega games on this list, are about over $100, if not over $200 in the case of Albert Odyssey. So I'm not even going to waste our time looking for those ones right now. Phantasy Star 2, though, we'll take a look. Maybe catch someone slipping. I doubt it. Anybody else remember those old Bob's Discount furniture commercials? It's like, can you find a better deal anywhere? I doubt it. I don't play them anymore. Alright, this I'm already watching, so it's at $25 plus $3 shipping, which isn't too bad. A lot of these are going for about $50. Let's see what it's actually selling for usually. So this auction went for $22.50. 25. Alright, so these people selling it for 50 are kind of out of their mind. However, there was one that was accepting offers. Here it is. Take a look at this listing. Hit him with that low ball. Manual could definitely be in better condition, but we can live with it. Yeah, that happened. So a lot of these are going for around 25. Let's hit them with an offer of 25. And yeah, another person that is going to have to get back to us. So I also added onto this list Splatterhouse for the TurboGrafx 16 because when I made this list, I didn't have a TurboGrafx. We're looking at 60 for the game card only. Not likely. Let's see what it's gone for recently. Alright. So I think my plan right now is to wait a little bit, see who gets back to me, see if any counter offers happen, and we'll be right back. Otherwise, we're probably going to make a run on Atelier Iris 2, because I believe that's the most affordable game on this list right now. There's been a new development. I'm watching KMac Times collaboration video with Beat 'em Ups Wood. They're doing the top 10 Nintendo NES hidden gems, and one game they're talking about that sounds really cool is Totally Rad. As weird as that sounds. Loose price on price charting says about $12.50, complete $34.99, so I've looked it up on eBay already, and I could probably snatch it for like 15 or 12, but for something like this that's actually affordable, I'm going to see if I can snatch it complete in the box. We have one here that's with offer. So I'm going to see if this man would be willing to take 34. See if they have an automatic decline thing in place, and they don't. So we'll be waiting on that. But in the meantime, let's go back and see how low we can get this. And now looking at this, we have one that is $12.99 or best offer. I'm going to be watching this one because if I just get outright declined on my other offer on the complete one, I'm going to end up going for this. So let's add this to my watch list. Actually, you know what? Let's make an offer too. Because realistically, if this guy took 34 for the complete one, and I accidentally won this one, it wouldn't be the end of the world. So let's see if this man would take $10 US and $2.74 shipping. That's reasonable, and it would be nice to have a game that I actually want to give a try. So we'll send that offer, and we'll check back in a little bit. Alright, so it comes down to this. Do I want to get Totally Rad car only or complete in the box? Honestly, considering this is a game I just heard about 30 minutes ago at this point, I'm actually going to go with the cheaper option. And pick it up from this guy. Alright guys, time to go over what I was able to find in this eBay adventure in video game hunting. Whew. Not much. First thing we did get, I'm not going to open it up, but I did pick up the case and manual for Bravely Default, which makes this my Bravely Default Collector's Edition 100% complete. Actually, I will open it up for you. Let's take a look at what we got. We got the soundtrack, the game, the playing cards, and it's really nice Collector's Edition. Really makes me wish I had the money to invest in more Collector's Editions like this, because I think the ones they do for the 3DS and the Vita are always incredibly impressive in my opinion, and they're usually very affordable when they come out and very expensive later on. So I would love to get more of them, but financially it just doesn't make sense for the most part. And the next thing I was able to pick up on this eBay adventure is a game I literally just saw as I was recording an eBay adventure, a hidden gem from Beat 'em Up's top 10 NES games of all time. And that is totally rad. A lot of people blast this game, as he said, because they don't understand that you have all your power-ups from the beginning. And a lot of people will start playing the game and they're just like, oh, this game sucks, and it's because they didn't hit the select button. Honestly, on an NES controller, it's only 4 buttons and a directional pad. But the select button, I wouldn't think to hit it either. Like, how often does it do anything? One thing I wanted to talk to you guys about before we end this episode is last week I put out a very, very short, under 3 minutes in fact, episode of Weekend Adventure in Video Game Hunting to mixed reviews. And one thing I would like to know is, do you guys prefer something like that if I'm not able to get a long adventure for you, just something quick so you have your Saturday video, or would you prefer eBay adventure? Because this is another series that has a lot of mixed reviews, and I really appreciate your support and your feedback. And I'd kind of gauge this by comments and also by likes. If you really like eBay adventure, hit the likes on this. If you really would prefer something shorter, like a weekend adventure that is very short, like under 5 minutes, go over to that video and slap the like button on that one if you could. Let me know. As always, guys, I love you. Subscribe if you're new. And keep it real, Internet.